episode of Fresh Poetry. Yes, we are back in the building. Let's get a round of applause. Oh yeah. I'm back at it again. Harlem Fresh 125 all day, every day, even when I'm out of state, New York State of mind. Got my two co-hosts with me. Jay Marie, where you at?
What's up, everybody? This is Jay Marie. How y'all been?
Nah, man. And then we got my other co-host. Glow, where you at, baby?
Hey everybody. My name is Glow. Nice to meet y'all.
Nah, man. I think we got another special guest in the house with us tonight. I think Mel is in the house with us. She might be away, but she might be coming back.
Mel is here. What's up, everybody?
Okay, Mel is
We got the ladies representing.
Hey, Mel.
You never know who pops up here at Fresh Poetry. A lot of people like to come through and chime in on conversations, and that's what we do here. Today we got a topic that was conjured up. I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic to Jay Marie so she can go ahead and set it off. Go ahead.
Well. So what we got today, we're talking about sex toys in the bedroom.
Oh.
So that's what we're gonna kick it off with, and that's what we're gonna dive into. And we got other, topics off of that, but we're gonna start there. So do the ladies want to chime in, or Fresh, you want to talk about it first? Who want to go?
I think Fresh should go first, being that the ladies went first last week.
Exactly.
Well, shit. I run shit regardless. Now I mean, but shit, when it comes to sex toys in the bedroom, I could care less about them. I'm equipped with everything that's needed, so I don't give a fuck about them. Point blank, period. That's how I feel. But I mean, if you want to do those things, do you, boo boo? I ain't got no problem with it. But when you want the real thing, just holler at your guava. That's all I'm gonna say.
So you wouldn't use them on your lady in the bedroom? You wouldn't include them with your act?
I wouldn't need them. It's not an act. When I perform, it's not an act. It ain't no script. We ain't doing that. What you talking about?
So sex toys in the bedroom are an intimidation for men, would you say?
It's not an intimidation for men. I just said I'm not into them. You know what I mean? That's just not my thing. Like, I mean, shit. I see girls do what they do, but I mean, that's just not my thing. I'm in there and I'm about to do what I do. Hold on, baby. Let me go get this toy. Fuck is you talking about? We're not doing that.
So,
but if you want to incorporate that in what's going on in the festivities, you can incorporate it on you. You're just not using it on me. Feel me?
I mean, that would be the point, right? If she's bringing them out, she will want you to use them on her. I mean, I know that it's men out here that like for sex toys to be used on them. But majority of the time,
hold on.
She said men that liked it, not you.
Okay,
calm down.
Hold on. I gotta hit my button. I gotta hit the.
Take out my face with that shit.
Because if men like sex toys used on them, there's a problem. There's a problem.
I mean, at the end of the day, people like what they like. You get what I'm saying? And I tell you what, I was on Twitter today, and Jay Marie, she tweeted our show, whatever, and the dude, he was on here, and basically he said, I'm not sure about sex toys in the bedroom. How about just two bodies in someone's head hitting the headboard repeatedly?
I saw that.
Is that out of style? And I was just like, no. But basically he was like, maybe it's his ego. Maybe it is your ego. Maybe, your penis may be little, and in the second.
I never had that problem.
She's trying to throw that in there.
I never had that problem.
Okay. So
maybe that's why some of them wouldn't allow for it to be in the bedroom, because it can be intimidating, because the sex toy can be bigger than their penis. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Hey, different strokes for different folks.
So, okay, so it could be an ego thing for guys. That's what we were saying. It could be an ego thing.
Hold on,
Or
I think we got the lovely Devin in the house too. Devin, you there? Devin, you there? She might be stepped away for a minute.
I'm here.
Oh, Devin, when it comes to sex toys in the bedroom, what's your thought process on it? Talk to me.
I don't like them.
Okay. Speak on it. Don't just say I don't like it.
I just don't. I don't know. I like the real thing. So like, I don't know. I wouldn't play with it. I've tried it before, but it just wasn't something that I would be going out buying them and bringing them in the bed. But I have a friend, him and his wife use sex toys, and they like it.
Are they guy friends or girlfriends?
They're a married couple. It's a male and female couple. They've been married for 20 years, and we were talking about sex toys just like we're doing here, and he said my wife used them on me.
Hey, yo, hold on. Where's my button at? Gotta get the fuck out my
so
face.
do you? So Devin, is it that it was needed for like to spice up the relationship, or was it something that
it was
they've always used?
Well, she said it was something that she's always wanted to try on him, and
he's gay.
Exactly.
He's not gay.
That's
not true.
I think
he's not gay at all. He's not gay. It's not like he's doing it with a man. He's doing it with his wife.
He's curious. He's bi-curious. He's bi-curious. For him to even have that thought to have a toy, however they are using it, I feel like that's bi-curious. And yeah, Devin, you may say that that's not gay. He may be fully man, but that's bi-curious. That's bi-curious.
You might.
Remember, it's like something that she wanted to do. It's something she wanted to do.
I don't care. That's gay.
I don't think it's gay. I think it's maybe it's stretching the bedroom stuff a little bit differently. I've never had a guy ask me to use a toy on him.
Because that's gay.
But he's used toys on me, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think. And he didn't think either.
Hold on. Ladies, every lady in this room right now, on this show right now, if a guy comes out of nowhere and asks you to use a toy on him, you're not thinking he's gay?
No.
I don't think. I would have a different thought process. It basically depends. Because me personally, like how Devin feels, like I would really feel like, he's like bi-curious, like he wants to know like how it feels. I wouldn't feel like he's just gay,
We got another guy on the show now. I just caught that. Thelonious, welcome back, sir. Let's get your feedback on sex toys in the bedroom, sir.
Well, basically, I was just kind of striking on the word that these girls were just saying. Conversations with Glow. To be honest, bi-curious, yeah, that's one thing. But I think bi-curious is literally that one step before gay. It's literally like trying to figure out. No. Seriously,
that's gay.
Because no, I honestly feel like it's like that. It's like they're not ready to jump off the deep end just yet, but they're experimenting with it. They want to see if they like it, and if they like it, boom, they're gonna go full steam. I can't imagine that you're gonna like use a toy on a guy like that, strap on or whatever the fuck it is, and somehow he's gonna retain that, like, I guess the masculinity in that. I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah. Bi-curious is borderline gay, so you're gay.
Yeah.
I think it's more than just borderline gay. I think it's like the person is testing the waters.
Yeah.
It's not just borderline. The person is testing the waters.
Let's be clear. Let's be very clear. He's not testing the waters. His wife, that was a fantasy of hers.
Fantasy.
She wanted to do it. He said,
wait.
So she wants to be a dude. And he wants to be a girl. They want to switch.
No, they were in the bed, and they've been talking about different sex things. And one of her things she wanted to do was strap on and have sex with a guy in his butt. That's what she said.
Hey, yo.
He was like, I don't want you doing it with nobody else, so I'll do it. And he said they did it, and he said that they had a good time. He's not out here spreading his butt open for every man. He did it with his wife.
Yo.
That's gay.
Let me go ahead and tell you like this. Let me go ahead and tell you like this. My wife, my girlfriend, anybody, my soulmate could sit up here and tell me, oh, you know, I would love to know what it's like to fuck you in the ass. I'd be like, bye. Sorry.
But some people are freaky. Not gonna work some people have a different way. It doesn't mean that they're same-sex oriented. Just that they just like to do different stuff in the bed. When you married, what you do in your bedroom is your business.
I mean, and in his bedroom, he happens to be gay.
Yeah, because dude, I will tell you just like this: if he likes it, what is the follow up going to be? I mean, what?
I mean, he loves his wife. What's wrong? If you have sex with your partner, don't you love her and like what you do?
I don't love nobody enough to be gay. What the fuck are you talking about?
Thank you. Like, that's the antithesis of the kind of love that I know.
The antithesis. Damn.
I love you so much. Yeah. Hold on. So you tell me it's the thought process of I love you so much that I'm gonna go ahead and let you have me any way you want.
Like,
that's the type of love that they do. Fresh. That's not gay.
You can never love somebody so much to where you want to be gay. That's gay.
First off, wait. First
he's
off,
not gay.
Okay, wait.
He's never had sex with a man.
The one thing
he's never had sex with a man, and
okay,
that doesn't mean just because he had sex with his wife that way does not make him a homosexual. You're not gonna say that about him. I've been knowing him all my life. We talk about everything. So he was told he's a man before. He was told me because I do that kind of stuff.
Let me put it like this, okay?
It's the act. It's the act. The act of a man letting a female put on a strap on and penetrate him, is gay.
Oh wait, Harlem Fresh.
It's gay.
It's much more than that, because I will tell you something right now. I fucked a lot of girls in the ass. Like, you know, I mean, this is
gay.
I mean, no, that's
gay to me.
Oh hell no.
That's gay.
No. That's not gay.
Why are you fucking a bitch in the ass for?
Because that's probably that's not gay. That's probably something.
A woman in her ass. Why?
That's not gay. That's not gay. I'm the one fucking.
You two steps away, bro. Yeah.
Oh hell no.
Why are you trying to fuck somebody in their ass for?
Like I said.
Oh shit.
What are you fucking a girl in her ass? If she has a vagina, why are you in her ass? Why are you so timid to fucking in ass?
Devin, you wild. Okay.
Fuck out of here, yo. Like for real, yo. Like
that's gay. To answer Devin's question. Answer that.
Okay.
You fucking a bitch in the ass for, but you criticizing a married couple, but you doing the same thing.
Oh wait.
That's gay.
Let him answer.
That's her ass. That's her ass. First off. Secondly, I fucked the mouth. I fucked the tits. I fucked the. I don't give a fuck. It's a girl's body. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't got no problem with that. Like, that is fun to me. But I tell you right now, I'm not fucking a guy. I'm not gonna let myself get fucked. That's not gonna happen. I'll tell you right now. Like, if you sitting up here and your wife suggests something and you go along with it, the reason why I brought up that point, I fucked a number of girls in the ass. Once, some of them, because some white girls, you know, they just into that shit and they tell me, oh, this is what I like. But I know for a fact, if the girl has not been into it, that shit takes a lot of working up to it. You know what I mean? That shit takes a lot of working up to it. I mean, you don't just jump in the sack and just be like.
It took a lot of lubricant.
No.
I mean, what's your point?
I mean, I bet it did take a lot of lubricant. That's a man's ass, and I bet you that it's very fucking tight. But going back to a woman getting fucked in the ass. I've been fucked in the ass. I like it, and I mean, I don't do it all the time. That's something that you don't. That's something that you don't do all the time. But that's when the double standards come in at. Mm-hmm. A woman getting fucked in the ass is very different from a man getting fucked in the ass by a woman. Exactly, that's considered gay as fuck. But if a man is fucking a woman in the ass, they don't consider that to be gay because this is a woman that they're doing this to. You get what I'm saying? They don't look
that's not the same thing as getting head from a guy. Like, what are you, crazy?
Yeah, that's gay.
Exactly, like a man getting head from another man, that's gay.
Of course, I said me getting my dick sucked by a girl is not the same thing as getting my dick sucked by a guy.
Have you ever had your dick sucked by a man? How you know?
I'm telling you, it's not the same thing.
Stop! Oh my god, I gotta hit the button.
I'm telling you, it's not the same thing. I'm just saying, sir, it's not the same thing. Like, you comparing a girl's ass to a man's ass, there's no comparison. Because
it's like me comparing a guy's tongue to a girl's tongue. They both do the same thing.
So
I wouldn't know,
but it don't make him
gay.
The
whole point.
I don't think so, though. That's
we're not doing that.
Okay.
Because that's like saying number 9. Shout out to Star. Shout out to number 9. That's like saying in the dark a mouth is just a mouth. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. If I'm in the dark, I better be a female.
But that's what Tank said though, y'all. Tank said it don't make you gay if a man give another man head. That's what Tank said.
That's gay.
Tank gay as fuck. You can look at Tank and get
Tank's in here.
Nigga gay.
Tank's in here.
No, he's not in here. But if he said that, then he's gay.
He did say that.
He did say that. He said it on Angela Yee.
The Breakfast
on
Club.
her podcast.
So
he said he was trying to do like a scenario, and he used that, and it was just like, the fuck were you thinking? And but I kind of figured he was gay anyway.
So now let's get back on topic.
Okay.
Clearly,
so I want to weigh in.
Has brought out. Go ahead, Melanie. Go ahead.
All right. So now I've never used toys with a partner. All right. So that's something that I want to experience. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So I posed that question, or I asked the question to a partner. Was like, "What do you think?" And there was no response. Like if he had, I don't know if they were thinking like, are you gonna use that on me? Like, nah, that's not what that's for.
Hey, yo, that's gay. Hold on.
Like, no, that's not what that's.
I think that was what the assumption was.
Well, see, when you assume, you make an ass out yourself instead of asking the question. But it was like, hey, you think I'm what? Really? Come on, like, nah. But it was like no response given.
If it was no response though, does that mean that they didn't reply because of that, or they just didn't reply because they didn't? It was no thought about it. It depends.
Oh, of course.
Say, I want you to use this on me, or did you just say, "Hey, I'm thinking about bringing sex toys into the bedroom"?
Nah, it was just like
shit would be like, whoa.
Nah, it wasn't even. I wasn't even asking them to do it. I was just like, "What you think?" You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your thoughts on it?
But I mean, okay, wait. Did you phrase the question as in, what are your thoughts on sex toys? Or was it like, what are your thoughts on using sex toys on me? Like, being
No, it was just, it was a sex toy. And I was just like, what's your thoughts? That was it. It wasn't on me. It wasn't on him. It wasn't none of that. It was just like, what are your thoughts?
Well, the whole point is I can't have thoughts unless I know where this is going.
Come on. Now you have thoughts. You can say, oh, okay, I use it, but I won't let it be used on me. Come on. You can have a thought.
I mean, it's just like somebody saying, "Yo, I'm pregnant,"
context.
And you'd be like,
"There has to be context."
Okay.
There has to be context.
Right.
And then maybe he thought the question was kind of one that's incriminating. Like if he said, "Yeah, I love sex," you're like, "Hold on." So then it goes into something different. So maybe he was kind of, maybe it was kind of like, I mean, I don't want to answer that question because now it could go a different direction.
That's what I was saying.
But why not follow up with a question?
Just acts like that. It shouldn't even. It's a yes or no question.
Okay, no, because it's like if you ask, how do you feel about two penises in the bedroom? With no,
you can say I've tried it, or I want to try it, or no, I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, and again, Jay Reed has a deal.
No.
So ladies, hold on, ladies, hold on. So let's say a guy sends you a random pic of his third leg. Don't put no context behind it. Just sends you a pic of his third leg. What are your thoughts?
I like pics like those.
But what is going to be your response if you just?
I would be like, if you lotioned it up, this is what we talked about, so this is acceptable.
No, there is no discussion. It's just a picture of a third leg. I'm gonna send you
a
picture of my third leg.
Oh wow, you sent me a picture of your third leg, or I'm probably sending back emojis or something like that. I don't have a problem.
I'm gonna send you my tit pic. Like,
right, like I don't have a problem.
But now
Y'all niggas
is the
crazy.
context
Hold on.
is the context
Got my
hold on,
face
no,
with that
hold on,
shit.
ladies. So or fresh brother, is the context a relationship or this is just a random penis pic? Because
No,
if it's a random penis pic,
It's a
this
random.
is different.
So for in my case, in my case, it was just a picture of a toy. It was like the dildo where he can so you can actually do double penetration, pretty much.
That's
so it was
why
just like,
he didn't respond. That's
So it
why
was-
he didn't respond. I can tell you. That's why he
That's
didn't
why?
respond. Well, yeah, because if it's a double penetration, then where the fuck is the other part going? That's
no, it has
what
a
he's
no.
thinking.
Listen, no, it has a
Oh, you
hole
mean
in
like
it for
the
his
rabbit?
penis.
The rabbit thing?
Yeah, so it has a hole in it for his penis, and then it has a prosthetic for the second one. So anyway,
What?
What kind
if
of
you
shit
had-
is this?
That's some weird
Wait.
shit, dog. Hold on.
First, can you
wait.
Google that and put that on the thing so
I
we
wish-
can see what we talking
Let me
about? What
see.
you talking about?
Hold on.
Wait. Melanie.
Okay.
Yes,
So are you telling me this is something where he's fucking you, it's on his dick, and then it's going up his ass? Is that what you're saying?
no.
Because that's what it sounded like to me. You said a prostate something. I was like, what the fuck?
When I say prosthetic, I mean it's not a real penis.
Oh, prosthetic. I thought you said prostate. Sorry.
All right, so let me see if I can.
I thought I heard prostate. No. It's fine. I thought I heard prostate, and there's only one thing.
Oh,
Women don't have prostate, so I was like,
yeah,
whoa.
no. But anyway, so that was the picture. It was just like what you think.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing all crazy or outlandish.
Prosthetic. Okay.
But see, if you send, okay. So if it was a toy that was like one-sided, maybe like one toy, with this, not the double side type of thing, out of context is gonna get basically no response.
I'm gonna try to find a picture. Hold on.
I mean, at the end of the day, if
However,
it could also be maybe he was insecure and maybe he didn't, maybe he thought what you were telling him was that you weren't doing it for him, or maybe he thought what you were telling him was he wasn't doing it for you, and you needed to up the game somehow, and so he's like, what the fuck does this mean? I'm not enough. I don't get it.
So that brings up a question now that goes back to the man's ego part of it. Thelonious, do you want to chime in on that? So you think that might have something to do with why men don't want sex toys in the bedroom? Yeah,
I mean, like, to be honest, like when I was first like introduced to a girl who liked that kind of stuff, I was kind of like a little like hesitant about it too. I was like, the fuck is this? Wait, what do you mean you want me to put something like, wait, so I'm using something else on you, or because I'm not doing it? Like, that's exactly what I thought. But then, once you just kind of get into the swing of thing, and then also it's like fucking holding a dildo in my hand. I'm literally holding like a phallic shaped object, a dick in my hand. That's weird, That's incredibly weird to me. So I'm sitting up here like putting something like in your ass while I'm fucking you, like that's weird because I'm holding it. So it's also getting past that kind of discomfort of like, I've never handled like these kind of toys before, so I don't even know. So there was the discomfort on that level, and then there was also the insecurity of, okay, is she trying to tell me something? And to be honest, she wasn't trying to tell me nothing. It was just like, she wanted to up the game. And then now, like, you fast forward several years later, now it wouldn't bother me at all. Like, I couldn't care less. Like, it is what it is. I just consider that helper to get you to the finish line. Fuck it.
Okay.
Can I chime in on that real quick? Being that we're talking about that. In my group today, somebody posted, it was a post, it came from Twitter, it's called HBCU Confessions, and it says, I always felt my head game made up for my dick. I'm smaller than average. But my girl recently bought a strap-on for me to wear. I don't know how to feel about it.
Oh, shit.
I don't know how to feel about it neither.
I know how I would feel about that.
She can't feel shit. So
exactly. I would feel insulted, like, no lie.
And everybody was just like, you just need to leave.
Exactly. Like, if you ain't getting it out,
bought you a strap on.
The next step is I'm about to step out because
exactly.
Clearly she can't feel shit.
It's If a female buys
That's
you
a whole nother issue, though.
If a
Man.
female
Watch
buys you a strap on, she's trying to tell you something. And it should be loud and clear.
Should be.
But you trying to strap on a real nigga.
Either he real too small or she too loose.
Hey, well, I mean,
Exactly.
Now, so the speaking on the too loose part, when we talking about sex toys, what about them big ass women? Let me clarify. Women, we've seen it. Now, I don't know who uses it, but the big ass, y'all seen the chicks where they got like these ginormous
that right there's a deal breaker.
toys?
That right there's a deal breaker. I ain't fucking
That's
with you
too
with
much.
no bullshit like that. Yeah, no. That's
You talking about like an eggplant?
Hell no.
Do it look
I
like
don't
an
know.
eggplant?
hell no. I know what you're talking
you
about.
might have
I
to
watch
Google
porn.
it.
I've seen it. Fuck it. We all
Somebody
do.
told me about it, I'll say. So, yeah. But how do you?
That shit. You got that shit under your bed right now.
I don't.
You got
I
that
don't.
shit under your bed right now.
I don't. I started to
Fuck
bring
out
out
my face
my.
with that shit.
I started to bring out some stuff, but no.
You should have did a
never
show and tell.
No.
Yeah.
Look, she
Won't be doing
she
that.
gave us the Joker grin on that one with her little purple.
Won't be
Won't
doing that. But my question is, have y'all ever wondered, like, how the fuck does she get her stuff back to normal? Because
I don't think she does.
But here's the question: if we can have babies, we push out 8 pounds or more.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we can push it out, how come we can't take it?
Okay, wait. No. You're absolutely right. Like if she's doing that, if she does that, like first off, you're having a baby. That's like a one-time occurrence, or like whenever you're having the kids, it's not like you're constantly using that for pleasure. You know what I mean? Like a toy, that kind of means that that's something you're using on a regular basis. So you're constantly stretching that. You're not giving it a chance. Like when my ex-wife had a kid, like she had to have like months of fucking just like allowing it to get back to normal. You know what I mean? Like, and there was nothing else coming out that size. You know what I mean? There was nothing else going in that size. So it had its chance to recuperate. You know what I mean? But if people are using this as pleasure, that's not like, how is that reforming? It's not going to. It's going to stay the same damn size. I mean, unless you plan on it reforming overnight, I don't think it works that way.
Okay, so here's another question that I wanted to bring up. This is more to the ladies. When we're talking about, hold on, let me see, where the hell was I at? Because I lost track of it. What if your guy is like, hey, I want to bring a toy into the bedroom. Bring this in, and I don't have it anymore, but I did have it. And I will say, like, if you get like a sex toys collection or some kind of mixed bag, they put this crap in there. But pocket pussy, what if he's like, nah, I want to, include the pocket pussy in our bedroom booming? What would y'all say?
That don't make sense. Why would you need that?
Exactly. Thank you. It doesn't make any sense.
Like we just talked about, the pocket pussy may just be tighter than her pussy. That's just like saying like how a man would want to like fuck in the ass because they feel like the ass is tighter than her pussy.
No. You're absolutely right. The only problem I got here is like his dick can only go into one thing at once. You know what I mean? I mean, he don't have 2 penises. If he had 2 dicks, then hey, by all means, go right at it. But I mean, you only got one, so
What
I mean,
kind
you
of
really
shit is
gonna
that?
choose?
I'm gonna stroke you, then I'm gonna stroke the pocket pussy. Stroke you, then stroke the pocket pussy. Stroke you.
That makes no sense.
That don't make sense. That's idiot. That's asinine.
No, you can't say that. It's different strokes for different folks.
No pun intended.
You only have one dick.
but-
Like, why would you choose to fuck the fake thing over the real thing? Like, it makes no sense.
But how do we then debate the fact that the woman wanted the not the pocket pussy, what the hell is it? The dildo or the vibrator or whatever in the bedroom with the guy?
Because she has a second hole that can be used in. You understand what I'm saying? It may not be the main hole she's using it in. She may be using it in her ass, or he might be fucking her in the ass, she's using it in the pussy, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, but a guy only has one dick. I can't, what am I going to do? Fuck it with my fingers? What's the point of that? I don't, there really is no point.
I mean, the man could be using the pocket pussy to be fucking and having the girl fucking him in the ass. How about that?
Hey,
Where are
yo,
we going with
hold on.
that?
Where's my button at?
Get the fuck out my face with that shit.
We're not doing that.
No,
That's
no, no,
fine,
no, no.
Jay.
I'm just saying. He asked. I mean, he didn't ask, but he was like, "It's two pussies right there where she can be performing something."
One is fake,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, no.
Fake shit don't
I mean, you got
Exactly.
people that actually love fake stuff.
Nah, I don't even like fake titties. I've seen them before. They're disgusting. I don't like them.
Then especially when
Yeah?
they got the scar under there and you can see that they fake.
Yeah, nah, dude. Like, I'm just talking about the feel. Like, nah. I had a girl with fake titties before, and I was like, yo, this shit. I feel like I'm on a memory foam pillow. Nah, I was like, I feel like it's a memory foam pillow. Get the fuck out of here.
What size
No, I'm
was
good.
it? What size was the fake joints?
I think it was like a D, or like just at D. But it was like she was like she was petite. It just looked stupid as hell. I'd rather
She can tip over and fall and shit, huh?
and they felt awful, dude. I'd rather like some smaller, nice, hand sized, real. Oh, I'd take that any day.
Mm.
I don't like
But,
nothing.
I mean,
from a woman.
when it comes to the subject at hand, sex toys in the bedroom, I'm not the biggest fan of them. If a female has them and she wants me to use them on her, I'll take it there. I'll use them on her, but other than that, I'm gonna be using myself more than using the toy. Or maybe I could be using myself and then you can use the toy on yourself while I'm doing what I do. But
well,
I'm just.
But that's not the same thing? So that's not the same thing as the toy giving her pleasure, and you're not getting all of her pleasure, or you're not giving her all the pleasure?
What are you talking about?
Nah.
If a female if a female has a sex toy in the bedroom, and let's say it's a vibrator or some shit like that, and while I'm having sex with her, if she's putting the vibrator on top of her clit or some shit like that for extra stimulation, then by all means go ahead and do that. I'm not no man should be opposed to that.
Nah, that's just help to the finish line. I'm good.
Yeah, but other than that, I'm still gonna perform the way I need to perform until I get to where I need to get to. So I mean, it works out. But as long as the toys are being used on the female, that's the main key.
I'll actually offer a one. So I've used this thing. It's like a vibrating cock ring thing, and my girl wanted to try it before. She was like, I want to try it. She's like, because apparently it's supposed to like just increase the pleasure for the guy. I was like, hey, what the fuck? I tried it. It was interesting. It was so it vibrates for you and it vibrates for her when you're fucking it. So I mean, it was interesting. Like, I don't have any problem with it. Like, as long as it's something that's just like gonna just increase my pleasure, like, in terms of like, me being the one fucking her, like, I don't have a problem with it. Like, it is what it is. Like, one of my girls like clamps on the nipples and shit. I was like, let's go for it. I don't mind. It's fine with me. They like some kinky shit. I don't have a problem with it. Costumes, like, it is what it is. I mean, that's fine with me. Like, I have no problem. Like, sex toys, like I said, there's nothing like in terms of like if I'm using it on her. Like, I've had a girl who had like the what do you call it, the little rabbit one, the one that like goes in the ass and then the pussy same time.
I don't know nothing about none of that. Get
the fuck out my
face.
Yeah.
It's
oh, the two finger thing. You talking about the little two?
First, why do you flinch up when ass is mentioned? That's what I want to know. Like,
they basically call it the rabbit. They call it like rabbit or something like that.
Yeah, it's got the ears on the other end of it.
I mean, dude, I've used that on her before while she was sucking my dick. Like, it is what it is. I mean, it totally didn't bother me. Like, the fucking little vibrator things in the front. Like, it's funny. I even got my girl like one of those little like it's like the little bitty mini vibrators too. I was like, oh, go for it. She's like, this wouldn't bother you? I was like, oh, fuck. So I'm not always in the mood. I'd rather you have something to handle it for yourself than like, sometimes I'm busy and I know a lot of people sit up here and be like, oh, I'm never too busy to fuck. Now, sometimes I'm too busy to fuck. I just not even interested. Sometimes I'm just busy. Sometimes I'm busy and I got a lot of things going on and I like, it's crazy. Like, and she has way bigger sexual appetite than I do. So it's like she always wants it, and I'm like, sometimes I'm busy, sometimes I have a lot on my mind, and I'm just not thinking about it. We got the daughter, so when she's around, I'm not even thinking. Like, my mind is the furthest thing in the world from from sex. So
let me put this question out there right quick. Could you have a relationship with somebody that doesn't match your sexual intensity? Would it work?
Well, if you start with me, I would say, yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, I mean, because like when I was younger, I had like a crazy high sex drive, you know. And then as I like got a little older, I'm only like early 30s, but I mean, you know, as I got older, it's just like it's.
No, the question was, could you date someone that does not match your sexual drive? Like, could you date someone that doesn't match it?
Yeah, and I'm saying, yeah, absolutely, because like, you know, it's, you know, there is like an opposites attract type thing. Like, you know, it's like if somebody doesn't quite, I mean, if you're the one that's if you're the one that's like the super aggressor, or you're the one that's always like excited and wants it, and it's like you have somebody who doesn't want it, sometimes the chase is more interesting, you know. I mean, me personally, like I said, like, you know, I've kind of been in that situation.
I feel like that it has to match, because if I'm the one that's always chasing, nigga, it's gonna be I'm gonna have to chase somebody else. That's gonna chase me sometimes. I'm not gonna always chase you. Period.
Yo, shout out to Nate. Nate is in the building. Nate, you there?
Hey, Nate.
He just came.
His audio is connecting.
But I agree with Flo. If a person doesn't match you with sexual intensity, then your thought process is gonna wander elsewhere.
Right. Like, why are we together? Yeah. Like, why are we even together if it's not matching? I mean, I can understand that sometimes it can go a little, you know, but if it go all the way like that, there's no need. Like, I get people all the time, they always say, well, sex doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yes, the fuck it does.
Yeah.
Sex does matter.
So it does. So what if it changes? What if the sex drive changes during the course of the relationship?
We will have to talk about it.
Men and women have that. Either you know, the older or the women get to the peak, or the men decline. I mean, whatever the case. But what if it happens during the relationship?
We would have to talk about it. We would have to talk about it, and we would have to figure out a way to get you back to. Probably you won't be back 100% the way that you were, but we would have to talk about it to see what we can do to get you back, get some of it back. I mean, if that, you know, if it's an issue, if it's a medical issue, and, you know, we're going to have to get you checked up about, or, you know, if it's something, we're going to have to figure it out. You get what I'm saying?
What if it's not a medical issue, though? What if it's like...
If it's me, let me know.
What if it's that he just don't look
if it's
like
me,
no
let me know. If you're not into me no more, let me know. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's where the conversation and that's where communication comes in at. If you're not in, if I don't turn you on no more, you need to let me know. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't have me chasing you and you're not interested. You get what I'm saying? Then I will have to just go to the next person that's going to be interested in me. You know?
I get exactly what you're saying.
Let's bring back up some questions, though, since we got Nate on the call. We want to get his feedback on some things, too. So just to kind of run back everything, we're talking about sex toys in the bedroom and whether or not you're intimidated by it or, you know, you're okay with it. So let's see, we want to go with Nate. Go ahead. Give us your thoughts on that, if you can.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. There's different type of people. I mean, I've seen people intimidated by sex toys. They think this their replacement. I've ran into guys who feel that way. It's never bothered me personally, but it's all about, like the last chick saying, it's all about communication for real. You can actually lose sexual interest with somebody you was highly sexually attracted to just over time, just by seeing them often and things of that nature. It's all communication for real, though, for me. You know, anything can be fixed. It can be adjusted. You know, it's all in the head. Intimidation, all of it.
Okay, so you don't feel like it intimidate? It's not a replacement in your case. You don't feel like it's a replacement or anything like that.
I mean, for some people it is. I mean, it depends on the situation. You know, for some people, they intimidation or how they feel might be legit. You know, if they getting pushed off some way, and then somebody's more interested in toys or something like that. And I'm not saying it's not legit ever in any case, but it's just a matter of communication and self-confidence, for real.
Okay. So we were talking about sex drive, and then we were talking about whether or not, when the sex drive dies out, whether or not you could whether or not first you were saying whether or not they could be matched with somebody.
She making shit up right now.
Go ahead, because I'm fumbling. I can't think of what the fuck it was you said.
The question was, could you date somebody that doesn't match your sexual intensity? Could you be with somebody that doesn't match your sex drive? Go ahead.
You see, and this is... Oh, let Nate go.
That's to Nate.
I think you can, just because the intensity changes. So, I mean, maybe right off the bat it was intense. And for you to still date somebody after things adjust after a while, it takes some effort, but I think it's possible. And I think it's a important part of, especially when you're initially getting to know each other. You know, there got to be some type of attraction there, you know, but it can fall off, and you just have to make adjustments if you want to stick around through it, or, you know, you can move on. I think it's possible though.
Okay. Go ahead,
and that's exactly what was it. That's exactly what I was saying before. Basically, what Nate said. Like, you know, in my particular case, like I said with my current girlfriend, I'm super attracted to her. She's gorgeous. It has nothing to do with that, and she turns me on still. It's just, you know, I have a lot that I think about, you know, while I'm at the office and I come home, and it's like, you know, when I have the time and I can make the space for, like, you know, for intimacy, I make sure we have it. I make sure we have fun. Like, you know, the reason why I'm saying she wants it a little more than I do, because, like, you know, I'll come home and she's like ready, and I'm like, oh, you know, was it when you catch me like that, I'm totally going for it. Like, you know, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
So it's like I will meet her where she is sometimes, but in terms of my own personal, it's like my mind is too busy with everything else, and I'm not really thinking about, okay, I need to have sex or something like that. Like, I know, like I said, when I was younger, my mind was like that. Oh my God, when I get home, I'm gonna hit this. I'm like, my mind is not like that. When I'm getting off, or when I'm leaving the office and I'm going home, I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm still thinking about the office. And then when I walk in and she surprises me with something, I'm like, oh, okay, good. Take my mind off this. But just as Nate said, like, you know, the what do you call it? The different passion levels and what have you, they change. Like, you know, and your intensity, it'll change throughout a relationship, you know, whether she's going through something, whether you're going through something, you know. And just because the sex isn't 100% like at its hot and heavy stage where it was, that's not a sign that I need to just throw in the towel. That's a sign that, you know, be going on, and you can either understand that. No. To be honest, it's like, I kind of feel like if you don't understand that, and you're not willing to at least, like, you know, try to compromise in that sense, you're not going to have a long-term relationship. You're not going to have a functional relationship with anyone, because everyone has those ups and downs, those highs and lows. And it's like, you know, if you're ready to cut and run as soon as the sex or whatever the passion is starting to wane a little bit, then you're not built for long haul relationships. You're built for those short term kind of things, you know. And that's the thing.
But that's why I said that's where the communication has to come in at too. I mean, I definitely understand where you're coming from, because that's where the comes in that you do have your ups and you do have your
But I mean, glow. The only thing I'm getting to, like, what I'm saying is, because, you know, sometimes, yes, it might be down more than it's up, but it might be down more than it's up only because, like, there's a lot of you know, extenuating circumstances, like work and whatever else. It's like, so there may not be a quick fix. Like, oh my God, okay, yeah, we have to go to the doctor and get this checked out. There's not a doctor that's going to change, like, the fact that you have a lot of responsibilities and you have a lot of things that you're doing and growing business or whatever. So I mean, like, the person being understanding is a major key point of that. That doesn't mean I'm not attracted to you. Like you said before, if the reason why we stop having sex or it stops being hot and heavy is because I'm not attracted to you, then I owe you the conversation to say, you know what, I'm not into this. I'm ready to move on. Like, that's something totally different. But if I'm still into you and it's just the circumstances of things, then you either need to be understanding or, we're just not going to be together. It is what it is. But
that's understandable.
Like, most people that I know, most females that I've known, most even guys that I've talked to, like, this is like a natural occurrence. It's not like it's something unheard of. So when we're talking about people at different, sexual intensity levels, I've heard of guys who were like completely at the, super intense sexual level, and then the girl is like busy with things, or vice versa. And, it works. I have a feeling like, sometimes people who are at the same sexual intensity level, and let's say they're really intense, they burn out. To be honest. They burn the fuck out because they end up, they burn so bright that it's just like, where is there to go from here? When the sex stops, what is left of the relationship? Because they're putting so much energy. They're putting so much energy and they're putting so much passion into the sexual part of the relationship that they're not really paying attention to the other aspects of the connection that are necessary in order to make it work. So I feel like you do have to reserve a portion of that. So at different sexual intensity levels, that's great, because you can have one partner that's focusing on one thing and the other one that's focusing on the other, and you guys can help each other where, the other person is lax. So,
Hey, I agree.
remember
I
my
agree with you.
dude telling me that we need to slow down because I like to fuck too much, and he was like,
we gonna keep that up. No, if you like to do that, then we're friends. What are we talking about? Let's go. Round of applause.
he was like, yeah, we need to slow down because you like to fuck too much. And I was just like, I felt offended when he told me that, but when he actually sat me down and told me why, then I got an understanding about it. But hey, my understanding, well, what he told me, if I can word it correctly,
and keep the anonymity if you need to. Don't.
He was just like, he wants to still be interested in me. He doesn't want to be sex as a factor of our relationship, basically.
Oh, for that to be the main thing. Okay.
Right.
I see that.
That's good. That means he wants to connect with you and he actually likes you. I mean, you're just fucking. That's why I'm saying, if you're burning so bright that the only connection you have is sex, then it's a very shallow relationship and it's not going to go anywhere. All it's going to do is be a physical connection, and that's it. But if you have somebody that actually wants to connect with you on a mental level, wants to actually get to know you and wants to be with you outside of the bedroom, then that's somebody who really wants a relationship with you.
Yeah, he also mentioned he didn't want to get tired of the pussy either, so.
I know that's right. Let's go.
I mean, whatever.
Nate, what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
I was just agreeing with the dude before. I mean, I ran into chicks that I feel like they want to have sex too much, but it's just and for like he said, it's a contrast. Like because I'm at work a lot and I don't have a whole lot of time, and I know sex drains energy. I can be sitting around half a day messing around with some chicks and not get nothing done. You know what I'm saying? Or you can complement that. You can see how I'm using that energy in different ways. We can talk about that, and maybe when I get off, I'm tired, I'm doing stuff too. So it's a balance in there for me. I don't want nobody to take it offensive. They ain't like you don't like sex. When you say calm down on the sex, I'm trying to use this energy into other things. Maybe you can get on there with me. Sometimes it's the one sex twice a week is better than every day, because you got space, you got that energy
You
to
got
fix
time to miss them.
doing
Yeah,
other
I
stuff,
agree.
right? So I was just agreeing with him about that. That's all.
Dope. But shit, it's almost that time for us to check up out of here. It's 10:54. Sex toys in the bedroom. Let's go around the table to give a final analysis on it. What your thoughts are? Nate, you can go first, fam.
If your relationship healthy, I'm all with it. I mean, it's up to for me, it's up to whatever she likes, she's into, you know what I'm saying? So I'm out like letting you express whatever you like to express. I ain't got nothing against it, but it's about communication. There's a lot of beta males out here and stuff like that can't handle that type of stuff. And, you either got to talk to them or move on. You know what I mean? It's, I'm not going to say sacrifice what you into for years because somebody else ain't into it,
Yeah, I could dig it. Dope. Thelonious, what's your final thoughts on sex toys in the bedroom, sir?
Just as Nate said, I absolutely don't have a problem with it. And I'll actually go one step further. I kind of feel like, men who actually care about a woman's pleasure will be more open to, incorporating sex toys to a bedroom or something like that. Because, like, to be honest, I've known a lot of guys who, you sit up here and you talk to them about, their women, did they come or anything like that. They couldn't care less. They're like, oh, I got mine and, she'll get hers or whatever. Like, that kind of attitude, I feel like, it's not helpful, to the rest of the people out here who are trying to handle theirs, So I feel like true guys who care about a woman's pleasure, they're not going to mind if a woman says, you know what, I want to incorporate some toys, or sometimes they'll even suggest it themselves just because they feel like it'll bring it up to that next level, So I wouldn't feel in any way, shape, or form threatened by it, as some people have said. I wouldn't feel threatened by it, and I care about the woman's pleasure, so I would want to do anything that's pleasurable for her within reason, obviously.
All right, I could dig it.
So
Devin,
I did want to.
Devin, is Devin still there, or she going?
Hold on, wait.
We got one more question. I did want to throw this one out there. The last question is, if your mate introduces porn into the relationship to show you how to do a certain act that they want done, are you offended by it?
Can I answer that?
No, I'm not offended. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nope.
I used to be offended by it.
So it's mostly women, maybe, probably.
I used to be offended by it because, in the beginning of our relationship, it used to make me feel like I wasn't doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And, you watching porn or whatever. And it's just like, why are you doing that? But again, communication. And he sat me down. It's not me, that's just something that he likes to watch. Everybody has their liking, and that was something that he likes to watch. But I didn't knock him because I like watching porn too, but I didn't like watching it around him or whoever else I may have dated. I didn't like it. I like watching it by myself. So when
I mean to use it as a way to instruct you to do something. Do you feel offended by it at that point?
No. I would watch it to learn something. So
okay,
my
Devin?
bad.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I understood you. Yeah, I got you, Devin.
Which question?
About if he introduced porn into the relationship to show you how to do something, and it was kind of like, hey, babe, watch this. Look how she do this.
I like to watch porn with my boyfriend because you learn a lot. It's a lot of stuff I didn't know the body could do. So we like to watch it.
Okay, so guys, y'all not offended if your girls say, hey, I want you to see how this dude is eating her out because you don't do it right. And the video shows how to do it right.
Yeah, that'd be offensive.
So would you? Well, but in the context of, hey, I want you to see this to learn how to do this right, would you be offended?
it all matters how you present it, because to me, it's like, you know, like I said, I'm not really self-conscious or anything like that. You know, the one thing that would offend me is if, like, you know, she said it like just like you said, oh, you're not doing it right, so I want to show you. You know, it's one thing to say, hey, look, you know, maybe we'll get some ideas, or you know what would be fun, because I mean, I've done that, you know what would be fun type thing. Or I told my girlfriend now, I was like, yeah, sometimes I watch porn. I'm a guy. She's like, well, if you watch it, you should watch it with me. I was like it kind of defeats the whole purpose, because when I'm watching it because you're not there. I'm watching it because you're not there, or because, like, you know, at the moment I'm not ready for a whole, like, you know, 12-round battle. I'm ready for, like, just a quick one and done, you know. So, but ultimately, it all depends on how you introduce it. If you introduce it in a respectful way, and you just do it in a manner that's like, okay, look, you know, I think this would be fun if we watch something, and, you know, if we see something we like, you know, we go with it. And then while the person is doing what you like, ooh, look at that, maybe we could try that, you know. That's a more productive way, I think, and constructive way of doing the criticism, rather than, you know, just like saying, look, you're doing it wrong, because that's kind of an asshole way.
Okay. Fresh or Nate, whichever. Fresh, you want to chime in on it?
What was the question?
If your girl said, hey, I want you to watch this video is porn, and the video is of a guy doing something, pleasing the girl the way that she wants you to please her, but you're not doing it right, so she wants you to watch it, you know, as a base of learning how to do it right. Would you be offended?
Nah.
That's it.
Straight up.
What else do you want me to say? Nah. It is what it is. Know what I mean? You learn something.
I mean, would you? Okay. So you willing to learn? So you were willing to learn from the porn video? Okay. So that was all I had to ask. That was.
She said that's all she needed to know, man. Get your ass on somewhere.
Did you? What about you, Jane? Did you answer that?
I've had somebody point that out to me and say, hey, I need you to watch this because I wasn't doing something right. And just like Glow, in the beginning, when I was just learning how to do something, I was very offended. Now I'm like, oh, nigga, I got this. Let me show you. You know, that's the way that I am now. But before, yeah. That was a sensitive subject for a lot of women, because it's like, what, I'm not good enough? What you mean? You know,
I agree with the guy when he said it's how you come across. You know, especially when it comes to women, you got to do that type of stuff real gentle. You know, you can be offensive and you can be helpful, and you making the same point. So it just depends on how you bring it across. You know, and it depends on the person. For me, it's gonna be hard to hurt my feelings. So I'm like him. Nope, just show me. Send me the link.
So she like, hey, you ain't doing this shit right. Click on this so you can learn how. You good? You like, all right, I'm gonna click on it.
I'm gonna say, you know, you could have said that a better way, but yeah, I'm gonna click on it.
Okay.
I honestly would say, if a girl were to come at me like that, I would be like, yo, you're not the type that I would.
Girl, this is not a random chick sending you.
No, if it's your girl, she's not gonna be like, "Hey, you ain't doing this right."
Exactly.
We gonna be past that.
Yes, sometimes. No, seriously, no, wait, Jeff. Go ahead, Jeff Marie. Because
the fleet liquor. Let me tell y'all something. Right. Niggas about the fleet liquor. Some of y'all think that that's cool to do. Some of y'all think that the flicking the tongue thing rapidly at the top is the thing to do. That is not the fucking thing to do. So I've had to like figure out how to go around.
A way to go around, meaning you approached it delicately. You didn't sit up here and be like, yo, it was
to the point where I had to say, stop, like literally that abrupt, because it was not even right.
I'm saying
like
that's
I
in the
used to
moment.
tell I used to be like, quit using your, like, what are you doing? Like I said,
That's in the moment. I can
who
see that.
does this?
Exactly.
Like,
That's
who does
exactly
that?
what I'm saying.
Who the fuck do
What did you
that?
say? But
Nigga,
did you
use
say,
your lips.
but you don't
Use
say
your
that
tongue
during
in your
It's like they
lips.
don't want their lips to touch it. Like,
That's exactly what Nate said is what I'm saying. If it's in the moment, that's fine, because obviously it's in the moment where we're going to immediately connect it with what's happening. So you're going to say, okay, oh, I'm sorry, you know what, I don't like that, can you stop? Okay, fine. But I mean, you're not going to sit up here like when you're not in the moment of having sex and be like, hey, look, you know what, you've been doing some shit wrong for a long time, look at this.
I've done that.
You know,
Yes, you will, because it's
Okay.
like I said. Let me answer that. I'm sorry
if
to
my
cut y'all
girlfriend
off.
did that, she
But
wouldn't be
let
my
me
girlfriend.
say,
That's not
but let me
the kind
say
of girl I'd
this.
be with.
Hold on, wait. Let me say this. It's women in my group all the time that always say that sex does not matter. And at the end of the day, they always say that they are willing to teach them. So at the end of the day, to answer your question, you do have women out here that do get into relationships with men that does not know what they're doing, and they will present that porn to them to show them what they are doing. So you're saying that you're not wiping them up, or you're not being their girlfriend. This and that.
No.
Yes,
Glow.
it's women out here that are with men that don't know what they're doing, and they are willing to teach, and so they are going to show this porn to them.
Glow, I'm not disputing you on that. You're absolutely right. That's not what I was saying. I think you kind of misunderstood what I was saying. What I was saying is you would not present this in kind of an asshole type of way. You know, you would still be delicate about it. Like, if you presented it to me in an asshole type of way, then you're going to get an asshole type of response. Like, if you sat up here and you told me,
I didn't catch that at the beginning.
Exactly. Like,
I've seen paragraphs.
like, no, what
But Jane,
you
how
said,
long
Jane
was you in
Marie,
a relationship?
yeah, like, you know, like Jay Marie, basically what you said was that if, like, oh yeah, you're not doing this right, go look at this. Like, that's one thing. I wouldn't be with that type of person. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's one thing to tell me, okay, you know what, I don't like what you're doing here. Can we try something different? That's not offensive to me. That's fair. You know, we can watch it. I don't have a problem with that. But if you're going to present it to me in an asshole type of way, you're going to get an asshole type of response.
I don't know. The type of female that I am, I told him straight up, like, stop doing, straight up. Like, you're going to take it however, you know, you're going to take it.
That's in the moment. That's in the moment, though. And that makes sense.
What you mean? So you saying
what you mean?
You can't text. Like, I text a nigga a paragraph.
Exactly.
Of stuff.
It's not in the moment.
Hold on, listen. He's saying he's trying to say this is what works. If you're gonna try to actually have a guy do it better, you can't be an asshole. He's not gonna just go around and do it better. You got to, just like a female, either way. If you're gonna communicate something and you want him to do it better, you don't just turn around and be an asshole about it. He might just say fucking and leave altogether or whatever. That was his point. So if you just be an asshole, you don't really care. There's so much you only care about for him actually to do better at it. You know what I'm saying?
You don't
if
know,
I really want,
like it just
if you really want
depends,
somebody,
though, it depends.
I know. Listen, I know it depends, but he's letting you know from the guy's side, you just being an asshole about it is going to work not as well as you sitting down and saying.
By us being, if we're an asshole, that's not going to make y'all want to do it better. Is that what you're saying?
Not. That's gonna make me want to walk out the door. Just like if I was an asshole to you and told you, just like if I was an asshole to you and told you, you know what, I'm sorry, you suck dick terribly. I need you to watch this movie right now, or like that would be offensive as hell to you. Like, no questions asked.
And you're not gonna get better like that.
Exactly. You're gonna shut me down and be like, you know what, then fuck you. You know, it's the same thing. If you did that to me, I'm gonna say the same thing to you. My ego gets bruised, obviously. And I'm walking out the door, or I'm gonna be like,
okay.
And then my point was, how long into the relationship he's got this straight tongue before you say something? That's why he's like, she wouldn't be with me. You know, I would already understand.
How long do you have to be in how long do you have to be into the relationship?
I would already understand this. But before we got to this point, if you like the straight tongue or not, you know what I mean? You ain't just telling me a year into the relationship saying, nigga, you doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You should know something ain't right if she's not responding to you.
Agreed. Their relationship.
I just sit there and listen to you guys, so I'm not gonna say nothing. You just won't go back down there at all.
But
you won't say nothing,
and they be like, "You not enjoying it." What the hell do you think? I'm just sitting here.
But how many years you gonna sit there and not say nothing?
It wasn't no years. He got it. He got the attitude as soon as he did the first time. Don't come with me like that.
Okay. No, I'm just saying in general, your guy picked up faster than some other guy. So some other guys,
I wasn't responding. His ego was like, I know I'm doing a good job. No, the hell you're not. You have to let them know sometimes. Just don't say nothing. I'm not gonna fake scream. I'm not gonna act like you doing something right. I just lay there and you make a fool out of yourself. Exactly. And when you ask me, I'm gonna tell you, you're not doing it right.
Exactly.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. If it's, and you go, okay, you know what? I'm sorry. And I have context. And exactly what the fuck you're talking about. Hit me with some shit you do in the bedroom. I don't like it. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what the hell we talking about. If you stop me right then and there and be like, ooh, like I've had my girl say some shit to me like that before. Oh, that hurts. I don't like you biting on it or something. Whatever. I'm like, all right. Like, okay, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not offended because, we're in the moment. I get it. I want you to be as, as comfortable as I am and, whatever. I'm not going to be offended at all. But if you don't say it in the moment, then I'm looking at you like you got 4 fucking heads because you knew this when it was happening, but you didn't say anything.
Right, you stood there with your resting bitch face instead of sending me the link instead of the link.
At the end of the day, you still got females. Let me tell you something. You still got females out here that still like that, and you still have men out here that still like that. So this is why some men do go out here and they do cheat because they married a woman that still don't know how to suck dick or shit like that. But anyway, I'm just saying, like it's no time frame. Like it's a lot of people do not know how to speak up for themselves. So at the end of the day, it's just like, you do have to put it down. You have to say what you like, but sometimes a lot of people don't say what they like. A lot of people do like holding their tongue. A lot of people do like just going with the flow.
It ain't what you say, it's how you say it always. That's how you say it.
And with that said, we will. Oh shit! Hold on, my computer and then clicked on some other shit. My bad.
On her porn sites, her computer clicked on her porn sites. She was shopping for dildos and looking at porn. I'm gonna just let y'all know early.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, cat's out the bag. No. So we closing out the show fresh.
Yeah,
What we doing? We
gave him a good hour. I mean, we probably go behind the scenes and chop it up a little bit longer. But it's late. It's midnight on the East Coast, 11 Central, and you already know how we give it up. We'll be back on Tuesday. The new time will be Tuesday, starting at 9 p.m. Central to 10 p.m. Central. And
okay.
We'll definitely see y'all next week, and I think that'll work out. And a couple of people said we come on, but they wish we came on a little bit earlier because they be in bed by 10 o'clock at night and shit like that.
Wait. It's 10 p.m. Central?
No,
9 p.m. Central
on Tuesday. Starting Tuesday.
So it's 10 p.m. here. Okay.
9 p.m. Central.
I don't know why I thought today was Wednesday. Because your show come on Wednesday. I'm looking for
Today is Wednesday.
But we changing it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
It is, ma'am. Yep.
Yeah.
We just talking about next week is going to be Tuesday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Oh, Tuesday?
Oh, today is Wednesday right now?
Yes. Today is Wednesday.
She had one too many Martha.
You been drinking?
No, I've been.
Tuesday at 10.
No, but I thought, wait a minute, today is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Today's Wednesday. Next week, we're going to start on Tuesday. Don't worry about it. I'll text you, girl.
No, it's not that. I got my day.
I'll text you.
Sorry.
Yo, shout out to Devin. Shout out to Nate. Shout out to Thelonious. Shout out to Conversations with Glow. Shout out to J. Marie Poetry. We'll be back Tuesday, 9 p.m. Central. And your words and your lifestyle gotta match. Anything other than that, fuck up out of here. That's the motto. No Knockoffs Radio. This is Fresh Poetry. I'm Harlem Fresh 125. I'm up out of here. We love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all next week. I'm tired.
Peace.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye-bye.